Film Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. But before we talk boxing, I'm going to say this no matter what I'm talking about. Formula One champ is Lewis Hamilton. 5-time champ, baby. Right? You know, the drive for 5 was alive. There was no jive between him and Sebastian Vettel. And who wins it, bringing it home? Lewis Hamilton. That's 5 championships. Only one dude in front of him, and that's Michael Schumacher with 7. We'll get to that eventually. Sebastian Vettel behind him with 4. And I'm just telling you, he had 81 pole positions too. The most of all time is still driving. Just want to make sure we say that before we get into this. Let's talk heavyweight boxing, right? Let's talk Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just says stuff. I'm going to just tell you, right? I'm just going to tell you so you can keep up with it, right? He just said Jarrell Miller will be a big fight for Anthony Joshua on that April 13th date. Jarrell Miller will be a big fight for that Anthony Joshua April 13th date. Now, I was just hoping he was talking about how big the dude is, because Jarrell Miller's over 300 pounds. He was 317 at his last fight. 317. 317. Big old dude from New York, right? But Jarrell Miller just fought Thomas Adamic, which was half of his weight. By Thomas Adamic was about 220 pounds, though, and he had to eat up to get that much, right? And he's going to follow that up on November 17th, fighting a dude that's 46 years old and ain't fought in 4 years. Fred Zaquindo. Now, you going to go from that and go to Wembley Stadium, who they made bigger, right? Now, he says Jarrell Miller is a big name in the UK. Big name in the UK. Says UK fans follow boxing religiously, right? Now, this is coming off of nobody knows Deontay Wilder, right? The champion. Nobody knows that one. And they said that after Anthony Joshua did a poll of who he should fight on April the 13th. Now, you know Deontay Wilder won that poll by landslide, followed by Tyson Fury, followed way back and 5% by Dillian White, who's going to probably get that fight if he beats Chisora. But the guy that nobody knows is winning the polls. Winning the polls. Hey, y'all want to do it? That nobody knows is winning the polls. So the guy who nobody knows is winning the polls. So he won the polls. 500,000 people answered those polls who he should fight, which would be Deontay Wilder. But you ain't getting that. That's over. I told you about that. But the point is, wait a minute. Everybody knows Jarrell Miller now? That's what we talking about? Everybody knows Jarrell. Why? Because he don't got champion behind his name. The last 2 dudes he fought. Really? That's what we're talking about? So we got Jarrell Miller, or because what he's doing, he's planning for just in case Dillian White loses to Jared Chisora, which is a possibility in everybody's eyes, because a lot of people think he lost that first fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But he was saying Jarrell Miller could absolutely get mobbed if he comes to the UK. Really? UK fans? I don't know. Y'all need to holler at that dude, man. Y'all need to holler at that dude. Now, he says, Dillian White could become the WBO mandatory, which I consider to be buttocks. He shouldn't become the WBO mandatory. WBO should probably, if they're going to mandatory anything, they probably need to mandate him to fight Joseph Parker again, their champion, right? Who used to be their champion, right? Joseph Parker's still out there, and that fight was, whatever. You can rematch them, and then the winner of that, maybe, it's a little bit something like that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that is a trip. Now, y'all do know, I did a video about it yesterday or the day before. Derek Chisora's like, I want 50% of that fight with Dillian White. He wants 50%. And I told you why he wanted 50%. Because he know Dillian White ain't fighting nobody else. He ain't fighting Dominic Breazeale, right? We know that. He wasn't going to fight Pulev before that. We ain't talking about that. We know he ain't going to fight Ortiz at all. Which brings me to the other name. I don't care what goes down. Have you guys know? I told you. Have you noticed? Ortiz's name is not there. What? Hey, listen. Jarrell Miller. Yeah, really? What's up with Ortiz on April the 13th? Now, do a poll of that. Put Jarrell Miller in there. Put Dillian White in there. He's on 5%. You don't have to put him in there no more. 5% have spoken. 5%. That's all I want to see that. Put Lewis or Real King Kong on Ortiz's name on there. and put Jarrell Miller's name on there. See who wins that. Even in Britain. Now, if you did it worldwide, right, I'm telling you stuff straight up. Worldwide, everybody's going to say Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz if you leave Deontay Wilder's name off. Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz to answer that question. But just like Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz cannot get a fight on December the 1st, on December the 1st, December the 1st, December the 1st, right? He can't get a fight on December the 1st, guys. Right? And then he tried to get on December the 22nd by fighting Dillian Whyte on his day. He cannot get that. Now he's forced to fight Travis Kaufman. At how old is he to you guys? He's supposed to be officially 30, 39. He's 40-something, according to the people who's talking smack all the time. Right? But I'm guaranteeing you, you poll again, Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz will come in second. Why was his name it just won't happen? He was under, somebody said he's under Eddie Hearn again. I've never seen it officially. I've just seen it on a couple of sites, right? But he was under Eddie Hearn before. He was the WBA mandatory anyway. He deserves the fight with Joshua. Not to mention that we would have a fight when you guys, first of all, most people would be thinking, that's 50-50. And a lot of Joshua fans would probably say, well, no, it ain't. 65-35 for Joshua, which okay, whatever. Didn't give it to him. For some reason, somebody mentioned Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. That is not too much to ask. I guess it is, though. We've been hollering about it. No one, and absolutely no one in boxing, those heavyweights, are ever talking about Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. The old guy. And I'm going to mention another one, his little boy, Guillermo Rigondeaux. It's the same thing they did to him. Exact same thing. So, I'm going to tell you something. I'm telling you right now. I don't know Eddie Hearn, personally. But I'm guaranteeing you, he's irked right now. He's not in a good mood when you get with him privately. Because he does not want to give 50% to Chisora with Dillian Whyte. But he knows he's going to have to. That's the only guy you have to fight. You're not fooling anyone anymore. The truth comes out. It just takes a while. Justice takes a while. It's normal. People with little age, no, you ain't going to be just. Justice don't come right away. Karma doesn't come right away. Well, sometimes. Right? It takes a little bit. Right? And you got a man, Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, right over there, and nobody mentioned. We mentioned all these names around him like he's not even there. And he's knocking on people's door. Anybody could have asked to said, hey, fight me on December the 1st. Now, what Eddie Hearn should do, he should force somebody to fight Ortiz before trying to fill up Wembley Stadium. Right? Trying to fill up Wembley Stadium, because they made it bigger. So you should be like, well, Jarrell Miller could possibly fight on April the 13th. If Jarrell Miller scratches that November the 17th date fighting Methuselah, and then gets with and says, hey, and pushes up on Ortiz, wins that fight, then he will be significant. Then I'm talking about people be waiting out line days before to see that fight. Or if you wouldn't have just sat back and let Dillian Whyte show the world he doesn't want to fight this guy, right? Let me tell you something. Ain't gonna be nobody. It'll be full of Britons on April the 13th. But I don't see nobody traveling extra from nowhere to see that fight after knowing what went on, right? Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua from nowhere. And here's the thing: that's not people don't. Let me make sure you understand something here, especially about me, about Doma. Whatever the case is, whatever. Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte, just on face value, right? Without all of the circumstances around it. The fight itself, we know Dillian Whyte has heart. He's going to go in there and he's going to swing at this boy, right? Dillian Whyte, it's 1-1. Dillian Whyte has a win over him earlier, a knockdown against Anthony Joshua earlier, right? And when they fought in the pros, his arm was hurt. So Dillian Whyte has, every right in the world to think, I'm about to beat this dude. So don't get it that twisted. It's just in terms of the significance of the whole picture, guys. It's embarrassing. Slowly. Y'all better get it together. Somebody better holler at her. But I don't know. Y'all ain't gonna holler at it. Y'all holler at me and call me some kind of hater. But whatever. It's the truth. And I know you can't deal with it. Jack Nicholson up here. You can't deal with it. It's hilarious. We just talked about what Dillian Whyte did. That was hilarious too. But don't worry, you guys got partners with this hilariousness, right? You know, Gennady Golovkin, what he's doing right now, oh God, it's pathetic. Pathetic what Gennady Golovkin's doing. So boxing, that's why I'll say it one more time in the video, don't have nothing to do with it. All hail Khalid Sauerland, the guy who is making these WBSS tournaments where people enter the tournament to find out who the very best is in their division. Alexander Usyk has done that. And that's a guy that has done that who should be mentioned in every video that you ever make. Because he went to everybody else's country, city, town to beat them. And he is the baddest dude in his division without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. And that's thanks to Khalid Sauerland. And of course, Alexander Usyk. Right? That's what we're talking about. Stuff like that. Doing sports talk worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.